Hi everybody, welcome to my channel Craft Nook Emporium, and I'm Inga. Today I thought I'll do a little intro in my car because I'm about to go somewhere super duper exciting. So we're going to go together and hopefully I'll get to film most of it for you. So we're going to Birmingham, NEC, because there's something super exciting going on. We have, what's it called? The Creative Craft Show, I believe. And there's two different elements to it in addition to the actual exhibition. So I believe there's something for embroidery and fashion and sewing. So you go to the actual exhibition and then you've got tickets to those additional parts of it. I don't know, I've never been, so we'll see how we get on. I've got a 3-hour drive, which is a long drive, but I do have my snacks, priorities. I've got and a drink. It's all ready to go. I washed my hair, so apologies, it's a little bit but we will be going shortly and we'll see how we get on. I don't know how much I'll be able to film, but fingers crossed quite a bit. I'm hoping we'll be able to see quite a few embroidery stalls. I'm wanting to pop in and see Madeira threads. I want to see Royal School of Needlework. My apologies, you probably heard that, that's my dash cam. So yeah, we'll go, have a look around, spend the day together, see what we get really and purchase, and maybe a little haul afterwards. Let's go. So as you can see, I've arrived about 11:20, and that's kind of coming straight in through the main doors. You'll see that it doesn't look too busy coming in through the entrance, but once we are inside, it did get quite busy. So I started by going to the left of the show with loads of fabrics, loads of fat quarters and full bolts and lots of different beautiful colours. I loved kind of jewel tones, so this gingham, oh, I loved it. I would have so gotten that kind of either pink or green gingham. Some creams, some neutrals. This stand was very busy. It was really difficult to film, I won't lie. I loved this pink and a green one. I was thinking about getting that. I could see a dress being made out of it, but I'm not really into sewing at the moment, so I've left that out. Now Madeira, if you follow me on TikTok, you will have seen that I have bought, not that long ago, I got a box of their metallic threads. Now the dream is to get their rayon box, a box of 80, but they didn't have it at the stand. But look at all of these colours. It was just like a candy shop, but it would have taken way too long picking out each colour separately. And then I went over to the tweed stand. Quite frankly, I couldn't tell you what the actual shop was called, but they had lots of pieces pre-made. Loved their vests, especially the pink one. I would have definitely gotten it, but it was £300, so maybe not. Now again, we're in the sort of like a fabric land. Lots of different ones to pick from. Again, if you are into sewing, there was so much to choose from and prices were pretty decent. Now this is the shop where I got one of the items I'll show you later, but they had lots of vinyls, all reduced, sort of £1.50 for the roll, which I think is a pretty good deal. Now they've also had shoes, very random, no idea why. And then pièce de résistance, if I don't speak French, so this might be totally incorrect. However, this dress, it has taken a village to make, and there was an entire story on the storyboards all the way around about the embroidery and who made it, but I won't go too much into it, so that in case you are going to see it in real life, you could enjoy it as much as I did yourselves, without me kind of spoiling it. But the detail on that dress was incredible. Now this one I loved, and I would love to recreate something similar, obviously not the same, but something similar. It was absolutely gorgeous, and I believe that used tambour embroidery. Now this one, these pieces were so sparkly, so beautiful. And again, I think some of the pieces, I can see stump work in that flower. I would assume there's some tambour embroidery in here based on just the looks of it. Now this is sort of a 3D embroidery, which is one of the courses I'm taking at the moment. It's like a 3D embroidery. So this piece really, really appealed to me. And then this one was just so detailed. I loved the raised look of it. It wasn't 3D, but it was raised. That really appealed to me. Now this one, I thought was so cool with the scissors attached to it. That looked incredible. Lots of other pieces, sort of textiles, different projects. Now this one was a handbag, and then we've got a is this a chameleon or an iguana? But you can see stump work in there with some needle felting. A couple of other pieces here. This is, I believe, was from the exhibition or competition. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember, but there were so many beautiful pieces. Definitely worth going, at least just to look at these pieces of artwork. Loved this one, loved the techniques used. I took a lot of up close photos and videos. This one was one of my favorites. I could not stop looking at it. I was stood there for about 10 minutes taking pictures and videos just so I could see and try to work out the technique used. That's why that close-up shot of the actual description, so I could see if I can not recreate but use some of the techniques in my work. And then going forwards into the exhibition, they had a section called Wearable Art. Loved it. And I believe these are the pieces that were submitted to the runway. And then I think some of them got selected and made into actual garments, and that's what was on runway. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see that. I don't know if they had specific time slots, or it was, the day before, or only on a Sunday or anything like that. But I believe from what I heard everybody else saying around in the audience is that some pieces got selected and made into actual garments. Now this one, this really appealed to me. Love animals, gorgeous. There was more needle felting in this than needlework, but it also had some needlework and stump work, and it's just gorgeous. And this one is so pretty. I have something similar in mind, but maybe like a bolero jacket, or like a blouse rather than a full-on dress, because you kind of need a little bit of confidence to wear something like this with a slip underneath. But that beautiful, beautiful needlework, again, this would go on a frame, and it would have taken a really long time for somebody to do, but it was beautiful. I stood there for a while. Now this one really appealed to me, again, because I'm currently doing like a 3D course, if you like, and I was so intrigued how this was made. I kept looking at it, trying to work out how they created that raised look. Now there were a couple of others just for you to kind of have a look and see what's out there. This vest, I want to make something very similar. Not the same piece, not the same artwork, but use a denim jacket and embroider it and add my own quirky pieces. That's one of the projects in the future, maybe. Not this year. But I loved it. I took a lot of close-ups, and the back, loved the back. Back was my favourite. There's a lot of patchwork, so I believe some of those kind of pieces were done separately and then attached, almost like appliques to the jacket. Love this one. Jaws. And then we've got, this looked like gold work to me. I believe it might have been. And then a couple of other contestants. Love that leaf as well. Gorgeous. fell in love with it, and here we are. Hi everyone, I am back. We are in the car park in Birmingham at the NEC. So I've just spent 2 hours and 40 minutes browsing around. I didn't stop to eat or go to any other facility, so it was just purely having a look what's out there. And I did get a couple of things which I'm going to show you now before I get too tired and I have to drive back for another 3 hours. Here's my little bag. Now, I will kind of do a voiceover over all of the clips I filmed, but I don't want to say I'm disappointed by it. I am a little bit. There was a lot of places to see, a lot to do. However, it felt like 2/3 of it was just for sewing, even though I know some of it was sewing, some of it was embroidery, as per the title, you know, but it was almost like 2/3 of it was for sewing and then the other third for everything else. I felt like stitching and knitting show in London was so much better, and I've been a couple of times now over the last few years, and I would definitely go to those ones over this one, but that's my personal opinion, obviously. So I only got a couple of things. I only spent £35. Who am I? Who am I? I don't think I ever left a craft show and spent only £35. I generally can't think of anything, of any shows. Anywho, while I've got a bit of time, I'm going to show you what I got. It's not a lot, only a couple of things. So the first thing, sorry about the wrinkling. The first thing is something I wanted to get for quite some time because it's very useful for cross stitch, embroidery, anything else, anything crafty, stump work, gold work, you know, anything like that. Now, we all know of the infamous Cricut little heat press, the little tiny one. Now, I'm a little bit under impression that it's as expensive because of the brand. So when I saw this, I thought, I'm going to go for it. This is called Crafty Press, the tiny press with big ideas, and it was only £15. It was on sale, so I thought, you know what, that will do what I need to do with it. And there were a lot of people buying it actually. On the same stand, I think I got some videos of that stand. They had lots of reduced vinyls, you know, your fabric vinyls and all sorts, but I didn't really buy any because at the moment I'm just concentrating on embroidery. Not even cross stitch per se, but embroidery because of some of the courses that I'm doing. So, sorry, I'm just trying to open this box for you so I could show you the actual item. So I wasn't really paying much attention to other bits and bobs in that shop or that stand. It was very big, but they did have silhouettes, you know, they had everything really. And they did have some Cricut products, but they were mainly sort of the little vinyls that I have. I've got like a little Cricut maker, like the small one, the blue small one. So they had vinyls for that one that are branded, Cricut branded. Didn't get those. They didn't have these irons though, Cricut branded ones. So to me, it felt like they did try to push these ones because they're not branded, but I don't really care. I feel like they probably do the same job, just so much cheaper. So I'm just going to show you like this. There's the tiny little iron, which will be so good because I hate it. I hate having to bring out my big boy, big iron just to iron like a little tiny little piece of fabric so I could embroider on it, like a little coin-sized embroidery. So this is great. And then I have a project in mind. I'm not going to say too much because I don't know when I'll start it, when I'm going to do it, what I'm going to do with it. But it will be a project using some techniques that I've learned during the recent little course that I've been doing since January. So for that little project, well, it won't be a little project, that's why I haven't started it, because I want to finish everything else. So it's probably going to be end of year project. That's when I'm planning on starting it. Anywho, I got some beads for it. Now, I don't know if I'm going to use it. But I thought, while I'm here, beads is one of those things where you kind of need to see them in person to colour match it. And these aren't your seed beads, these are like your crystal ones. So I'm gonna, hopefully you can see. I'm gonna show you some. Hopefully it will focus. Here we are. So I've got yellow ones. I've got like a darker yellow, brown. I've got, oh, they all tangled. Oh, that's the only thing with beads. I've got really small ones, small green ones. Hopefully you can see all of this. I'm not 100% sure. I got this forest green. I got another one of the forest green ones. These are beautiful. I got these, they're like mint green. Beautiful colour. And then I got this like a neutral cream sort of champagne colour, I would describe that as. And last but not least, I wasn't planning on getting these, but I thought they might work for my project if I decide to use them. And they're just a little bit quirky. So they are bugle beads, which isn't anything special with bugle beads. However, with these ones, they're 9mm ones. And I don't know, I hope it's visible, but they're sort of, oh my goodness, it's very difficult to explain it, but the entire bugle bead is twisted. It's like a twisted metal kind of texture. It's not your straight solid bugle bead. So I'm going to get those. Now I don't know if you can guess the kind of project I'm going to do with all of these colours. Oh my goodness, I have to show you all of them together. They're gorgeous. Here we are. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're so pretty, so shiny. Love them. Again, hopefully they will be perfect for my project. Here we are. Again, I'm not sure if you can, if it's focusing, if you can see it. Hopefully you can. Yes, do you have any guesses? Do you know what I'll be working on? Comment down below. Let's find out if anybody can guess it correctly. Yes, so that will be end of year project. And that's really all I got with these two things. This was £20 or £21 and the iron was 15. Didn't really see anything else. There was a little bit of an exhibition, embroidery exhibition with some pieces out there, some artwork, which I have filmed for you and you've probably already seen those. I will do a voiceover so that you can kind of see exactly what I was seeing when I was in person. I was a little disappointed. I went into Royal School of Needlework stand. If you don't know, I attend their certificate and diploma course on Saturdays, not every Saturday, because I kind of pick and choose which ones, because you have to pay for each Saturday. But I attend them in Bristol, which is the nearest one next to me. Well, 2 hours away, which is still closer than London, Hampton Court. Anyway, I went into their stand hoping maybe that they might have some of the frames for sale, some of their quilted bags for the frame, loads of books. No, it was mainly to showcase what they do, which is absolutely fine. You know, that was what they wanted to do. So there was a lot of pieces out there on display to showcase what they do and different kind of textures, techniques. There were a couple of books. One of them was their anniversary book, and then there was another one, this different stitches book. I can't remember what it's called. And then there was a lady there who had a frame out with kind of other people joining her in and stitching on the same piece just to practice, to see what it's like. But that was it. So that didn't work out. Again, I wanted to get a frame. That didn't work out. What other plans did I have? Oh, another plan was I wanted to get Madeira threads, a box of 80 rayon threads. Now, there was a stand, Madeira stand, just Madeira branded. But again, it was only to kind of advertise what they do, what they're all about. There were some colour cards out there, some stitched pieces, but you couldn't buy. There were some little boxes, maybe 3 or 4 little boxes, that was it. You couldn't buy the big 80-piece box. And then there was is it Barnyards? Barney? I'll put that up on the screen. They had a lot of Madeira threads, but only single spools, so you would have to buy every single spool. They did have those boxes that they're quite, I want to say, famous for, in my opinion, the plastic boxes, so you could fill that in with all of the ones that you picked out one by one, but that would have taken forever, and it's not what I was looking for. Anyway, so that's why I didn't spend too much money. However, if you really love sewing and it's, the choice of fabrics, it was incredible. There were so many, and I hope that kind of came across in some of the clips. I couldn't film a lot because it was really busy. It got better towards kind of the end of the day. It's now 2:15. I've been sat here filming for the last 15 minutes, but it did die down towards kind of midday-ish, going down from midday onwards. So I started filming a bit more, but there isn't loads. Hopefully that will give you a feel what it's like and you'll enjoy it and you'll love my commentary over all of the clips. I know this is a little different video because I rarely film in my car, but the camera I've got right in front of me is brilliant. I love it. It's so easy to use, little stand. I got this camera for a trip to Hawaii early in January and I love it. So try to use it as much as I can. And the shots are great. Also has a little microphone. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you don't follow me already, please press subscribe button. I also have TikTok and I've posted quite a bit of the show on TikTok with some different clips. So you might see something you didn't see in this video on my TikTok. All links will be down below.